Good morning, guys. Good morning. A quick one. I have no idea how I missed what Gayton Mackenzie said about MK and former President Jacob Zuma. But I was like, wow, Aibo, what? Aibo. For a moment there, I thought he was campaigning for former President Jacob Zuma. And when I listened to very well, he said, no, that cannot be allowed because it's going to threaten the property rights, because it's going to go in for land expropriation without compensation. He is pushing for that. He says no one can stop him except for the GNU. Hey guys, I don't know how I missed this. Anyway, welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. Please do understand that I'm not a politician. I do not have deep knowledge in politics. However, I am a South African citizen who's also a voter, and I do believe that my views count when it comes to political affairs of this country. As I said before, I am not pro anything. I am not pro any political party. I'm not pro any. I'm pro South Africa. I am pro South Africa. I want what is good for South Africa. So Gayton Mackenzie said things like, when he first started, I was like, okay, he's campaigning for former President Jacob Zuma, the MKs. And then he switches up. He says, you know what? It is only the GNU. ANC cannot stop him. And nobody can stop him. The EFF cannot stop him because he is strong and going forward. And it is only the GNU that can stop him. But I'm looking at the state of things in South Africa at this moment. I'm like, yo, who is good for us? Please let me know in the comment section who is good for us, or what is good for us moving into the future. We're starting with the local government elections in 2026. That is going to have pointers on how, as far as how the future will look like. So okay, guys, I thought let me quickly bring this to you, and I'll be back. Watch this video, and then I'll be back at the end of the video with my closing commentary.
If you don't stop Jacob Zuma, he is going to lead this country in 2029.
Wait, Mackenzie, let's take it from the beginning.
Who do I think? What do I think about MK? Now I've got 2 minutes left, and now you got to listen very carefully. MK, yesterday I had dinner with some friends of mine, and they called other friends, and the one lady said, I'm too horrified to eat, was what you just said. I said, well, ma'am, that's your problem. But you asked me a question, and I answered you. Jacob Zuma, a lot of white people can't get it on your mind can't comprehend the fact that Jacob Zuma is the most popular man in South Africa. I'm going to repeat that. The most popular man in South Africa is Jacob Zuma. Don't ask me, I know your mind can't comprehend that. He's the most popular man in South Africa. He came out of jail, and within 4 months he built a party that's the third largest party in South Africa. Do you know what? This is a man for 10 years that has had negative newspapers every day. If I think Cyril Ramaphosa is the strongest member in the ANC, if there was no Cyril Ramaphosa, Zuma would have already finished the ANC, I can promise you. Because the ANC always had unionists, people that come from jail, people that were in exile. That is part of the currency. And that currency is now disappearing. The leaders that are coming in don't come from exile. Are not trade unionists like Cyril Ramaphosa and them. Are not Roman Islanders like most of the leadership. So somebody asked me, do you think you can stop Jacob Zuma? At the moment, I know I can't stop him. Do you think the ANC can stop him? Hell no, they can't stop him. Can the DA stop him? Nobody can stop him. There's only one thing that can stop Jacob Zuma. Never forget what I'm going to tell you today. If you don't stop Jacob Zuma, he is going to lead this country in 2029. He's strong on his way, whether you like that or not. And Zuma's unapologetic of what he's going to do when he comes in. Expropriation without compensation is number 1 on his list. And that will destroy property rights. And any country with no property rights is not a country. What will stop Jacob Zuma? The GNU. The GNU will stop Jacob Zuma, and that's the only thing that the DA and the PA needs to understand, and the ANC. Only the GNU can stop Jacob Zuma, because Jacob Zuma has campaigned that the GNU is shit. He tells everyone the GNU is shit. Now, if the GNU is really shit, they're going to say Zuma is telling the truth. But if the GNU can deliver, they're going to say Jacob Zuma is talking shit. The GNU is not shit. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our reality. We have to keep this GNU together. We have to keep this GNU strong. No matter our egos. And we are not innocent. The PA is not innocent. We are also a guilty party in some of the nonsense that are happening. But we have to put South Africa first. By not doing that, I believe in expropriation with compensation. Because white people, you can't sit with all the land. But I believe you have to pay them market value for the land. But I do know as a businessman, deep down in my heart, deep down, if I'm honest with you, I would also want to take the land for free. But I understand that the moment you do that, you have no country left. A country is built on property rights. It's built on property rights, not on your wishes. So in conclusion, I want to say to everyone here today, we gotta be honest about our circumstances in this country. The GNU needs to survive. The GNU is the only thing that can stop the Zuma tsunami. And I want to impress on you and tell your leadership and whatever party you are at, we have to fix issues. And I must say it here, I've come to have a whole lot of more respect for Cyril Ramaphosa than what I initially had. Simply because what I've seen, the patience, how he's trying to keep this thing together is not easy. It is a difficult thing. You have Gayton, Mackenzie here. You have John Steenhuisen there. It's like we're like a group of a weapon of mass destruction that he keeps on saying, no, don't detonate, don't do this, don't do that. So I'm saying to you, South Africa is going to survive. We are smarter than our problems. We are a great nation. And anybody that tells you we are not going to survive is not a true South African. We always rise to the occasion. And to everybody here, no matter who tells you what, South Africa's future can only be bright if it is a shared future. If we forget about black, white, Indian, and colored, and we start concentrating that we are South Africans and we need to build this country.
Yo, guys, South Africa is a very interesting place these days. You know, we are fighting different forces, and at the end of the day, it looks like we are also fighting amongst ourselves. So we don't know what is happening. I'm talking about politically until we find some common ground as political parties of South Africa, because it involves us. Many South Africans, they belong to a certain political party. Even if they are not formal members, they consider themselves to be of that party. What I'm saying is, it's going to be very important in the next coming local government elections that we show signs where our minds are in 2029, because we have only one country, and it has been proven so many times that South Africans will always go home. No matter where they go, they will always remember the road that leads them home. So it is very important for us to have a stable home. So I brought that to you to say, I don't know how I missed that. And I brought it here so that I can say to you, in case you missed it, here it is. Anyway, guys, if you watched up to here, please ndiyabulela kakhulu, and the next time you bump into my videos, kindly watch my ads in full. It really goes a long way. Nibe nemini emnandi.